Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be going over a couple things. First, it's going to be my April favorites and flops, products I've loved and products that absolutely did not work for me. Second, we're going to talk through a little bit of some upcoming Boxy news because one of my favorites is a spoiler that I've now been using for almost a month. So you're going to get a super in-depth review on that. And we're going to kind of tie all of that into a single video. So if that's something you're into, make sure to keep on watching. And don't forget to subscribe because I do upload every other day. And that'll be the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. So if you want to see some Boxy updates as well as my favorites and flops for the month, stay tuned. First product out of the box is my new Holy Grail obsession, and it is coming to the May Boxycharm Premium box. It is the Bloom Effects Royal Tulip Nectar. I did use it under my base today to give myself some extra glow, but it is one of the best skincare innovation products I have used in such a long time. So it is, I do shake it before I use it, just to kind of emulsify it again, because it is this like jelly consistency, like you can kind of see it. I use a little plastic spoon to scoop it out. So hydrating. You can use it as a mask too, but when you apply it, you kind of rub it between your fingers and it gets warm, and then you press it on. And if you want to use a mask, you just use more of it and then wipe it away with a damp cloth. But oh my god, it is so hydrating. It is anti-aging. Tulip as an ingredient is an anti-aging benefit with anti-inflammatory components as well as extra hydration plus free radical protection and antioxidants. So it basically covers like serum, moisturizer, and mask all in one product, as well as a face oil without ever making me feel greasy. I am absolutely obsessed with it. It is a $68 price point, which is pretty hefty for a single product, but because it's going to be in Boxycharm Premium, a $35 subscription box will get you this. So it is a variation. It was a choice item, so we know it's not going to go to everybody, but if you are lucky enough to get this in your premium box, like, I have 2 of them already, and I'm hoping I get it in my box so I can further hoard it and have it forever, because I don't want to ever run out of this stuff. You guys know Brandon, and getting him into skincare has been a struggle, to say the least, and this is one of those products that even he will use, no questions. I had it in my studio. I put it in here last night because I knew I was going to film with it today, and, like, he went looking for it. He asked me where it was and sought it out. And you know, for Brandon, that is a big step. So I am so happy to announce that even he loves it. So this is definitely Holy Grail, #1 hit of the month, plus coming to Boxycharm May Premium 2021. The next favorite, I did upload a tutorial on this look right here, and that video went up a few days ago, and I filmed it actually this morning, and then the sun kept changing, so I figured I would wait for the sun to kind of like stand still before I finished filming. And I needed to do some touch-ups, and I had already put that palette away. So I jumped into my Natasha Denona palette from Boxycharm this month, and all I used was these 2 colors, and I think it looks even prettier than it did this morning. If you saw that tutorial, I'll link it up here. Go check that out and come back here, or just comment on that video what you liked better, the original colors, or what happened after I touched it up with this, because these blue and minty green, I think, are just so beautiful. And I love the way it turned out after the touch-ups. I did mention to Brandon, like, this is a $50 price point, and the Violet Voss palette I use is a $50 price point. And even though that has more shades, this is better. The formula is better. And then he went into this whole rant about, is it better, about price, about that whole thing. I'm going to say this is better. So, amazing formula. You know I love the Natasha Denona formula. And the fact that you can get some neutral looks out of just like a 1 shade in the palette, for me, makes it a win. Plus, you know, it's April, and going into May, pastels are in, so I'm playing around with more pastels, more colors, and you could definitely see a lot more color coming as summer moves closer. I love how I talk about bold colors, and then the next 2 products are both eyeshadow palettes that are both neutral. First one came out of my Ipsy. This is the Belle in Argent palette. Super neutral, super cool toned, and honestly beautiful. I love the way this worked on camera. Every time I needed a little bit of a cool tone smudge on something, I've been reaching for this palette. And when I want things a little bit warm, I've been reaching for the Bobbi Brown Luxe Metal Rose eyeshadow. I have not used this on camera yet, I don't believe. I'm trying to remember, because I don't think I did, but every time I've used it off camera, I've been in love with how it turned out. I was wearing this in a video where I didn't do my makeup, but I had used this product. So you've seen it on camera, you just might not have known that you saw it. I think the formula is beautiful. It is the right amount of shine. The mattes are super pigmented. It's just all around beautiful. Bobbi Brown's eyeshadow formula and their highlighter formula, while I'm at it, are so nice. They're expensive, but they're nice. And my next favorite comes from Clarins. They sent me two products. They sent me a micellar water and they sent me the purifying toning lotion. The micellar water was okay. I don't even really want to mention it because it was just okay. It wasn't great. I definitely prefer the kombucha from Fresh more. But this toner is so nice. The easiest way to say is it smells like skincare and it goes on super nicely without feeling stripped on the skin. But the skin does feel soft. So it's definitely like removing debris and making everything feel a lot cleaner, especially after you've cleansed. But it just makes the skin feel so soft. So when you go in with your essence, it goes from feeling soft to feeling plump. And the combination of the two makes everything I use after it, including the bloom effects, just feel like it's doing that much more to my skin. I've been saying this for years. The right toner can make such a difference in your routine. And I've been really enjoying this one. Now, I know Clarins has 30 different products. So they've got a couple cleansers, a couple toners. So this is the green one. This is the one I've been enjoying. I've been using it for about 2.5, 3 weeks now. So I'll let you know as I use it more how I feel about it. But so far, definitely a great product. The next product is both a favorite and a flop for two very different reasons. This is from Natasha Denona. It is the Transfix Matte Concealer. Came in my Boxycharm. This is in the shade 5R Red. It is the perfect under eye tone for me. Now, here's where things get a little bit sketchy. It dries down so quickly that you have to apply it, blend it, apply it, blend it. You can't put it everywhere and then start blending or it will dry down way too fast. But if you apply it carefully and you apply it quickly, it is so beautiful. I'm not wearing it today because I did a less is more thing with my complexion routine. So I didn't actually even use concealer today. Plus I was going blue on the under eyes and who needs to cancel your under eyes when you're using blue anyway. But it is such a beautiful formula and it is super long wearing. You just need to make sure that you blend it out quickly because there's not a lot of playtime with it. I have also been pairing that with the Dragon Beauty Lavender Color Corrector. You know, this area just above my cheeks and my under eye does tend to go a little yellow on me and the rest of my skin is obviously very pink. Not as pink as the chair, but very pink. So I've been using a little bit of this since it came in my box this month, just to add a little bit of purple, a little bit of brightness to the under eye. And if you go in with the right amount of this, you won't even know it's on. The way to use color corrector, if you apply, I'm going to do one dot and I'm going to do a larger dot. So if you put it on like I did on this side and you blend it in, it's going to leave a purple hue. But if you just take a tiny little bit, I'm going to do that right here, and just pat it over some yellowy skin, notice on this side, it doesn't look purple, it actually looks white. What that's going to do is it's going to neutralize the yellow without making it look purple so that you can just go in with less concealer. You don't need to go in with a lot of brightening. You could even skip concealer altogether and just take your foundation everywhere and you will get the same effect. Next favorite comes from One Size, which is Patrick Starr's brand. It is the pressed Turn Up the Base Versatile Foundation Powder. I'm in the shade Light 1R. I love the way this applies. I've used it with a sponge, I've used it with a brush. I did a whole dedicated review, which I'll link above. The way I like to use it is more as a touch-up. So I will take it on a fluffy brush, and I will just, use it to cut under my blush, just to really soften the face. If I find that I've gotten some fallout on my under eye, I will press it under, and it just kind of brightens everything up. This is my perfect shade, so it doesn't do a lot of brightening, but if you take it on a very light amount of it and just tap it over your concealer or your under eyes, it will diffuse enough that it will look nice and perfected without looking like overboard. It's a nice amount of pigment, plus if you apply it by taking it on the flat side of a sponge, it will give you a lot more coverage than if you use it on a fluffy brush. I have two flops, and then I'm going to jump back into favorites because I don't like ending on a bad note. The first is from my Ipsy this month. It is the Laura Geller Battery Park Bronze Lipstick. It's meant to be weightless. It is not weightless. It's a beautiful color, but it did not wear lightweight. It definitely felt heavy on my lips, and if it markets itself as a lightweight or weightless lipstick, I want it to be weightless. I don't want it to feel overly thick on my lips. So for that reason alone, I don't love it. I think it's not a bad formula, but if you say you're one thing and you don't do that one thing you say you are, then I don't like you. I think that there are lipsticks I have that I love that work just the same, but they don't claim to be weightless. They claim to be long-wearing lipsticks. And if you're going to say you're weightless, be weightless. And my last flop comes from Marc Jacobs. This is the Shimmy Dip Sequins Glam Glitter Eyeshadow. This was in my Boxycharm base box this month. Base or premium? I don't remember. Tell me, was it in my base or my premium? I'm horrible, I know. I don't love this. And the reason I don't love this is it does not do more than a powder shadow does. If you're a liquid shadow to me, like the Glam Glow glitter, not Glam Glow, I'm sorry, like the Stila Glitter and Glow liquid glitters, I want intense pigment. And I'm going to be honest, I got more shimmer out of the yellow shade in my Natasha Denona powder formula than I did out of this product right here. I want shimmer and shine and pigment, and if you're a liquid, you should be extra shiny, and I don't think that this cut it in comparison. So it's not a bad formula, but I found that if I wanted it to be really vibrant, I needed to put a powder shadow or a highlighter over top of it anyway, and to me that's just a waste. And the last favorite I'm actually sitting on, this has been like off camera for editing for a few videos, but I've now filmed with it for a couple of videos, and I am loving it. This is a Rimiking gaming chair. They did send it to me. They gave me a coupon code. It's not an affiliate code, but I will link it down below if you're interested. It has a little massager on it. It has lumbar support. It has a footrest. Half the time I'm editing, I'm like leaned back with the footrest up with my little Bluetooth mouse in my lap while I edit on the computer next to me. It's just super comfortable, and I was using like a $35, $40 desk swivel chair from Amazon before this, and I didn't realize how uncomfortable I was until I leveled up and started wearing this. The one thing I will say that's weird is it does have two armrests. I took one off just because of the angle my desk is, but I'll throw a little video up on screen of a better view of it. But this definitely does come in as another favorite. Not sponsored, I'm not getting paid to say this, but they did send it to me, so take that as you will. So if you've made it to the end, thank you so much for sitting through my favorites and flops with me and my special Boxy shout out. This product, hands down, is already a ride or die. I'm obsessed, and it doesn't happen often that I become so obsessed with a product that I try to have 2 or 3 backups within the first like 3 or 4 weeks of me using it. So for what it's worth, hands down, that might be a product of the year. Thank you so much if you made it to the end. Let me know your thoughts down below on what your favorites and flops for the month are. You know I like to use what you recommend and what you are loving this month in things I might be trying out next month. Thanks again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!